Шойгу! Герасимов! Где боеприпасы?
This menacing older man eventually died. Last night, I stayed up all night, observing the stars at night, feeling as if something big was going to happen, and when he got up in the morning, news did come from the north. Yesterday evening, August 23rd, Russia's most powerful mercenary, Yevgeny Prigozhin, led the top brass of the Wagner group in a private plane that crashed north of Moscow. Together with the three-man crew, all 10 people on board the plane perished, and the remains of Prigozhin were recovered and will be subjected to DNA testing in the near future. Wagner's office building in St. Petersburg, lit up after dark, displayed a large cross in the window as a sign of respect and mourning. A number of people left flowers and lit candles in the neighborhood early Thursday morning. Tomorrow and the unexpected, you never know. Which one will come first? 2 months ago, when this 62-year-old Moncler outlet online, with a group of heavily armed young men, marched to Moscow, I wonder if he ever imagined what it would be like today. Halfway through a revolt, the end is hard to see. From the moment Prigozhin started his army and swore to clean up the country, his fate was already predetermined. So who was behind the fall of the cook? Let's gossip together. Originally, whoever benefited the most was the most suspicious. But whoever benefited the most was the most suspicious, but Prigozhin's death was actually in the interest of the vast majority. It goes without saying that Europe, America, and Ukraine, in whose court of public opinion Wagner has long been labeled an executioner, he's already infamous. Inside Russia, Prigozhin cursed and spouted off at senior officials on the battlefield, and posted the video online, making the conflict between Wagner and the Russian hierarchy completely public, causing many to get down, while offending some bigwigs at the central and local levels. To the later day trip to Moscow, Prigozhin tripped down, equal to their own supporters within the military all exposed. Most importantly, he acted in a way that posed a big threat to Putin, whose presidency was already on shaky ground, after all. That's why this plane crash is something that all the forces are happy to see. But the air crash occurred in Moscow and St. Petersburg that is what place, that is the core of Russia. Air defense missiles arranged like a hedgehog. Europe and the United States want to do things here. Not impossible, but the cost and risk will be big. Scary, is really more than worth it. Basically no possible to do this kind of effort is not pleasing to this thing in fact, even the people Wagner also feel so. From the video transmitted from the scene, Prigozhin's plane crashed, but pull smoke, to stall the tail attitude down, looks more like the engine was hit by something. The smoke left behind by the explosion can also be seen in the opening video. In all likelihood, the plane was either shot down by a missile or it was rigged with a time bomb. But the plane did not show obvious signs of fire during the crash. The Russian army is equipped with S-300 surface-to-air missiles, the use of concentrated energy fragmentation competence, if used to fight civil aviation, will directly blow the aircraft into a ball of fire, so the probability that Prigozhin is not shot down by anti-aircraft missiles. But it's hard to say if it wasn't shot down by an air-to-air missile, and a picture from the scene shows a vapor cloud appearing nearby, very much like the contrails left by the missile's flight and explosion. If it was shot down by an air-to-air missile, then the only people who could have given such an order would have been Shoigu or Gerasimov from the Ministry of Defense, with the Russian Air and Space Forces in charge of carrying it out. Although the former commander of the Air Force, Surovikin, and Prigozhin were close. Surovikin was taken down a long time ago, and the new commander of the Air Force is absolutely at the mercy of the Ministry of Defense, so there's no pressure to do this kind of dirty work if it comes out of the woodwork. There is also a possibility that Prigozhin's plane has been installed with a time bomb. The way Russia is now, the whole country has been infiltrated like a sieve. Wagner inside a mole is also more than normal. A few days ago, Prigozhin also shouted in Africa to open up territory for Russia. I did not expect that this actually became the old man's last song. This story tells us that to do bad things you either don't do them or you have to finish them, and stopping halfway through definitely doesn't end well.